Okay, good morning class. At this point you guys have completed last year's control test. Okay, that was your homework for today. Alright. So I'm just going to run through the solutions to these questions. If I make a mistake, you just let me know. Okay, as you know we are pressed for time here. You probably won't finish in time. Okay. So let's just finish as much as we can for now. They want to know which of these numbers are irrational. So firstly, irrational numbers would be numbers that cannot be written as fractions, does not recur, does not terminate. So that is your irrational number. You see it doesn't follow a pattern. Which of the numbers are rational? So 2 and 1 over 8 is rational. That is going to give you negative 5. So it's negative root 25. 0, 3 is also rational. 3 cubed is the 27. The cube root of negative 8 is negative 2. So all those numbers are rational. The next question says, which of the number or numbers is an additive inverse of 5? What does additive inverse mean? We add it together, you must give an answer of 0. So the additive inverse of 5 is negative 5. So it's negative root 25. Which of these numbers is a reciprocal? What's a reciprocal? You multiply the two numbers, it should give you an answer 1. So 8 over 17 times what is going to give you an answer 1? 17 over 8. 17 over 8 can simplify into 2 and 1 over 8. Okay? You guys understand? So, we go to the next question. Next question, we are told, determine the lowest common multiple, the LCM of 6, 18 and 42. So 6 can be written as 2 times 3, not so. 18 can be written as, there's a 2 and a 3 squared. For 42, it's a 2, it's 21, 3 and 7. So what do I do first is I write it into products of its prime factors. Then for the lowest common multiple, the LCM, the rule says it does not have to occur in all, and it takes the highest exponent. So we must consider the highest exponent is 1. 3 must be considered, 3 squared, and 7. So 2 times 3 squared is 9 times 7 is 9 times 7 is 63, is 126. So 126 is LCM. Otherwise, what you could have done was you could have written it in fact the multiples of 42. Okay, so 18 don't go into 42, you get the next multiple of 42, which is 84. 18 doesn't go into there. The next one is then of course 126 where 18 can go into. Okay. Let's look at the next question. It says I determine the highest common factor. So 36. So 36, I can do it in either decomposition method or otherwise. So 9 times 4, not so, which is 3 squared and 2 squared. So 36 can be written as 3 squared times 2 squared. 54, I can also break it up in the decomposition method, or I could use the ladder method. Is 9 times 6, which is 3 times 2 and 3 squared, or 3 times 3. So that's going to give you 54. It's going to give you 2 times 3 cubed. So for the highest common factor, the rule says it has to occur in all of it, and you must consider the lowest. 2 occurs in all, the lowest is 2 to the 1. 3 occurs in all, so the lowest is 3 squared, which is that one. 3 squared of course is 9, and 2 times 9 is 18. So the LCM there is 18, the highest common factor. The next question, yes? No. Not negative. The diameter of a normal red blood cell is approximately 0, 0, 0 and log of 0, 65 meters. Write this in scientific notation. So the comma must be where? After the 6. So it's going to be 6, 5 times 10. The comma move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 30. 10 to the negative 7. Okay. The next one, calculate, leave your answer in scientific notation. 3 divided by 4 is 3 over 4, which is 0.75, times 10. 15 minus 9 is 6. But is that in the right scientific notation? No. Where must the comma be? After the 7. So 7.5 times 10 to the 1 times 10 to the 6. That, when you're multiplying and bases are the same, we add the exponents. Now, this must be minus 1. Eh? But remember, if the comma moves to the left, I'm sorry, to the right, it is minus. If it moves to the left, is plus. Okay. So negative 1 plus 6 is 5. Alright. Let's carry on. Question 2. Simplify, leave your answer with positive exponents. When we're dividing and bases are the same, what do you do to the exponents? You subtract. So it's 2x minus 3 minus minus 6 becomes minus 3 plus 6, which is 3. The next one, this here, would be 2 over x squared. Because of the negative exponent times 1 over, the whole bracket goes down, 2x whole squared. Are you all okay with that? So that's going to give you 2 over x squared times 1 over 2 squared is 4, x all squared. So of course 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. So 1 times 1 is 1. X squared times 2x squared is 2x to the exponent. Okay. And
not the drama room, the art room.
Okay.
That's where the names are going to go.
No problem. You guys are going to need to go to the art room when the bell rings. So you can prepare the venue for your test on Monday. Okay? Alright. Let's carry on. 3.1.2. In question 3.1.2, firstly 2 cubed is what? 8. There's a 1 on the x. So 1 times 3 is 3y to the exponent 6. Let's look at the next one. Here we're going to write each one over its own. Okay, so it's going to be easier to simplify. So that would be 2a cubed b over negative 4a squared b minus 4a squared b squared over negative 4a squared b plus 8 over negative 4a squared b. What's positive divided by negative? Negative. 2 go into 2 once, 2 go into 4 twice. It's 1 over 2. Where's there more a's? Top. So it goes A, 1. Where's the more B's? They're the same, so it cancels. What's negative divided by negative? Positive. 4's cancel. A squares cancel. Where's the more B's on top at the bottom? Top. So it's this B. I can write it as B or B to the 1. What's positive divided by negative? Negative. 4 going to 4 once, 4 going to 8 twice. Where's the more A's? Bottom. Where's the more B's? Okay. You guys understand? Uh, 2.1.5. What's the cube root of negative 64? Negative 4. A, 18 divided by 3 is 6. The next one. How many terms are here? 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. There are 4 terms. Okay. So before I can add and subtract, I must simplify my terms first. The 4a squared, that is going to give us negative 12ab squared minus 6ab squared plus 2a squared. 4 going to 4 once, 4 going to 8. 2. Yeah, good. So now we're going to look for like terms. And they are like terms, not so. What's 4a squared plus 2a squared? 6a squared. Minus 12ab minus 6ab is negative 18ab. Remember to add and subtract, the variable says that? Same. Let's carry on. The next one, if a is equal to negative 3 and c is 1 and d is negative 2, determine the value of. So it gets the square root. What is a? Negative 3 squared plus 2 times d, which is negative 2 minus c. The square root of, what's negative 3 squared? 9 minus 4 minus 1. What's 9 minus 4? And 5 minus 1? The square root of 4 is? The next one, what's the value for a? Negative 3. C, 1 raised to the d, which is negative 2. You all agree with that? What's negative 3 over 1? Negative 3 raised to negative 2. Since the exponent is negative, we'll take it down to the denominator. So it's negative 3 squared. What is negative 3 all squared? Negative 3 times negative 3. Positive. Okay, any confusion here? No? Let's look at the example. It's just question 3.1.1. Let's say simplify. So we must get rid of the brackets now. So let's multiply. We got 4x squared. What's negative times negative? Positive 2x squared. What is 4x squared plus 2x squared? 6x squared. 6x squared. Okay. Okay. The next one. So what we need to do here? Multiply. 2a times 2a, 4a squared. 2a times 5p is positive 10ap. What's negative 5p times 2a? Negative 10ap. Negative 5p times 5p is negative 10p. Those are like terms that cancel. 25. Sorry, my mistake. Minus 25p squared. Okay, any confusion there? No? Look at the next one. There's a mixed fraction here. So what I do is I first convert that to a improper fraction. So it's going to be 5 over 2 plus y whole squared. So what I do is I write it out twice. It's 5 over 2 plus y times 5 over 2 plus y. Now we multiply. 5 over 2 times 5 over 2 is 25 over 4. 5 over 2 times y is 5 over 2y. Y times 5 over 2 is 5 over 2y. Y times y is y squared. My goal. Why are you talking? So that makes them like terms. The variables are the same. So 5 over 2 plus 5 over 2 is 10 over 2, which is 5y plus y squared. Okay. The next one. Get rid of the brackets. So 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 2x times negative 5 is negative 10x. Plus 3x minus 5. So it's going to be 6x squared. That's going to give you negative 7x minus 5. The next one. Multiply this in. So 3x times x squared, 3x squared. 3x times negative 2x, negative 6x squared. The cube. 3x times 2, positive 6x. Negative x squared. Positive 2x. Negative 2. So what do we do now? Like terms. Is that one and that one? So it's going to be 3x cubed minus 6x squared minus x squared minus 7x squared. 6x plus 2x, 8x minus 2. Any confusion here? Right, next one. So we must write this out twice. So that's going to give us 5x minus 15 minus 2 into 3x minus 1 times 3x minus 1 plus 4x. Now we must multiply to get rid of this bracket here. So it's going to be 5x minus 15 minus 2 into. Note that I'm not multiplying this negative 2 in at this point. Let's sort out the brackets first. So 3x times 3x is going to give you 9x squared. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. Negative times 3x, negative 3x. Negative times 1 times negative 1 is positive 1 plus 4x. So what can we do now? We multiply and get rid of this bracket. So it's 5x minus 15 minus 18x squared plus 6x plus 6x minus 2 plus 4x. Now we add like terms. So you're going to get negative 18x squared. What is 5 plus 6? 11, 17, 21. You get 21x minus 17. Who got that as an answer? Did I make a mistake somewhere? Huh? No? Yes? So you in this bracket you got 9x squared minus 1 or 9x squared plus 1. That's a mistake, Michael. Remember there's a square. It must be written out twice. So make a note there. If it's a square, you write it out twice. Yeah, that's a common made error. It's going to cost you. In that sum 5 marks, it will cost you probably 2 marks. Okay, and you made no other mistake, would have gotten 3 out of 5. Okay. So watch out for that, people. They lose a lot of marks like that over the years. In the next question, we are told that they find A, B, and C if. Alright, so what we're going to do is, this is an identity, we're not taking things over the equal sign. So we multiply this in. So 2x times bx is going to give you 2bx. 2x times 4 is going to give you 8x. A times bx is going to be plus 2xb. Okay, nice. Well spotted there. abx plus 4. And that is equal to 10x squared plus cx minus 12. So you see here the coefficient where the number in front of x squared is 2b and the number in front of x squared is 10. So what can I say? Therefore 2b is equal to 10. So b is equal to 5. So there you got b solved. Easy. Right. People, 4a is equal to what? It's a constant. Negative 12. Why is it not? So? See here. If you got, listen. Is the standard form? We spoke about standard form already, right? That is standard form. So if ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 2x squared plus 4x plus 5, what is your value for a? 2. What's your value for b? 4. What's your value for c? Not so? So on the same account, on the same understanding, I'm asking you the question, why can 4a not be equal to negative 12? Huh? So we got 4a is equal to minus 12, a is equal to negative 3. Sorry? Yes. Listen. Our grade 9s of last year, in 2021, wrote this as the control test. Why do you think I'm doing this? Yes. You understand? Okay. People, so what are we left with? Let's see x. Not so? So that there and this here have to be equated. So in other words, I'm going to pick up the x as well. I don't need to. I could have just said 8 plus AB equals C. Can you see that, people? I'm taking just the x's out. So what is A? Negative 3. B? 5. So that's negative 15. What's 8 minus 15? Negative 7. Is that correct? And there's your value for C. You can go through that sum again later. Okay? The next one. It says subtract 2m cubed plus 6m plus 3m squared from 5m minus 6m squared plus 7m cubed. Whatever follows from you, right? First. That goes first. So it's 5m minus 6m squared plus 7m cubed minus negative 2m cubed plus 6m plus 3m squared. Now it's just a matter of getting rid of the brackets so that we can simplify. So 5m minus 6m is negative m minus 6m squared minus 3m squared is negative 9m squared. 7m cubed plus 2m cubed is 9m. Or you could have written as 9m cubed minus m minus 9m squared. Or 9m cubed minus 9m squared minus m. Okay. All of that is acceptable. That would have actually been the more correct way of writing it, because it's in descending powers of m. 3.4. If x squared plus y squared is equal to 10 and x times y is equal to 3, find the value of. So what do you see here? I can square that out. So it's 4 into x plus y times x plus y. Okay? So that is 4 into x squared plus xy plus xy plus y squared. So that's going to give you 4 into x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. People, what is x squared plus y squared equal to? 10. So it's 4 into 10 plus 2 times. What's the value of xy? 3. 3 times 2? 10 plus 6? 4 times 16? 4 marks or something like that. This is thinking out of the box. Okay? Don't stay in the box. I'm hearing you saying, tell yourself, stay in the box. Okay. People, our favorite factorization, we spent a hell of a lot of time on this. Okay. Settle down. So what is common here? X, I'm left with 2a plus 3b minus 4c plus 5b. The next one. What is common here? 5x, I'm left with 5y minus 3x. The next one. Shh. Listen, you can't make a noise. Difference of 2 squares. So that will simply be 2x minus 5, 2x plus 5. The next one is a perfect square trinomial. Not so? Square root of x squared is x, square root of 49 is 7. There's a plus, so there goes plus. Check for the middle term. X times 7 times 2 is 14x. So that's in order. Okay? Right, so what's going to happen here? The common? bracket is 2x plus y the same as y plus 2x? Yes. It is when it's minus, it's not the same. Okay. So it's 2x plus y. If I take it out, I'm left with x minus 3. Okay. Values are almost going to ring. No? The next one, what is common here? 3xy squared. What are we left with? X squared minus 4y squared. What do you notice inside this bracket? Difference between two squares. Which gives us x minus 2y, x plus 2. Okay. Any issues here? No? .2. Copy and fill in the missing values. So, what's this? As you can see, it's a perfect square trinomial. Okay. What's the square root of 16x squared? 4. So there goes a 4. What is 3a all squared? 9a squared. So what is the shorting? 9. Easy, no? I'm sorry that this paper was so easy, man. Next one. Simplify the following expressions fully. So, what's going to happen here? Difference between two squares. So it's 5x plus 4, 5x minus 4. Over 2 is a common factor. So it's going to be 5x minus 4. That cancels, leaves you with 5x plus 4 over 2. Can I simplify this 2 and the 4? No. Why? Yeah, more than one. Right. Let's look at the next one. What can be done here? No. Can I cancel here? No, there's a plus. A plus b is a common factor. So it's m plus n over a plus b. So a plus b cancels, leaves you with m plus. Okay. People don't speak in the background. Let's look at the next one. What can happen there? Difference of two squares. So it's a plus b, a minus b. What is happening here? 2a is a common factor. I'm left with a plus b. Change to multiplication, tumble and times. So this is going to give you, what can happen there? 2a is a common factor. I'm left with a minus 3 over perfect square trinomial, which is a minus b squared. Or a minus b times a minus b. Now what? Yes? A minus b cancels a minus b, a plus b cancels a plus b. Not so? You want to put a plus here? What?
No.
Then that can't go plus 1. Because there's another difference of two squares. The perfect square trinomial I'm applying. Can you see that? Yes? What is this going to cancel with? Not the O. That cancels, not so. So what are we left with? A minus 3 over. You see this can't cancel with anything. So I have to do. Yes? A minus b over a minus 3. Yeah. But how are you going to get the a minus 3 here? I don't understand. You got a minus b over a minus 3. It's wrong. You didn't swap this properly. It's either you swap the first fraction around. Then you're going to lose everything. Why? Because 6 marks gone, yes. That's what you call a breakdown. Listen, it's a breakdown. Because that, whatever follows the division sign, that fraction swaps around. What you're doing is not mathematical. That's why you're going to lose all 6 marks. Yes? So you're not going to do that in the exam, to see if you're going to lose it.
So you want to like
1.5. I'm not even finished with the paper yet. It's the same. This is the last question. Bonus. Bonus. Right. Bonus. Yeah. Okay, relax. Here we go. Coming back to my question now. So people, this line here means what? To divide. Divide, divide. So I'm going to go here to that part. So it's 5 over 5 plus 5 over. What's your LCM here? 5. So that's over 1, no? That must be multiplied by 5. So it's going to be 5 plus, that's times by 1. So in other words, we've got 5 over 5 plus 5 divided by 6 over 5. Okay. Which now gives us 5 over 5 plus 5 divided by, which is this line here, 6 over 5. Which now gives us 5 over 5 plus, we change that to multiplication, so it's 5 over 1 times 5 over 6. Which now gives us 5 over 5 plus 25 over 6. Okay. Now you see that that became one term. Now I can go with this part, which is 5 divided by, what's the LCM there? 6. So you times that by 1, so it's going to be 5 plus, it was times by 6, sorry, no? It's the same one. It's going to be 30 plus that times 1, so you get 25 over 6. Is that correct? Equals 5 divided by, that's going to give you 55 over 6. Not so? So that's over 1. So that becomes 5 over 1 multiplied by 6 over 55. Change to multiplication, tumble and times the fraction that follows, not the fraction that precedes. Okay? So 5 and 5 once, 5 into 55, 11 times. The answer is 6 over 11. Who got that right? Come on, guys! Alright, you didn't do the other way. Alright. What's your question, my girl? 1.5. That was yesterday's one. 1.5. Yeah.
So about 3 times 10 6 over 4.
Sorry?
3 times 10 6 over 4.
3 times 10. 3 times 10 to the 6 over 4. But scientific notation must be a comma. Or, you're not going to have a fraction like this for scientific notation. It must be decimal. So 3 over 4 is 0.75. You understand? But now you must take it 1 over. So it's 10 to the minus 1 times 10 to the 6. So it's going to be 7.5 times 10 to the 5. People, any other questions? Yes. You want another past paper? Why could I give it to the whole class? Is it because she got a new phone, so I must send it to her phone? Why must I send it to you only? Maybe that who doesn't want another paper? Look. Who wants another paper? Hey. Okay, so Radia won't get the paper, it's fine. Radia, where were you yesterday for your lesson? You had to go home. But you had to tell me, sir, I don't have list today. Now I waited here till 5 o'clock for you. Awesome. Oh, 5 o'clock. Tell me. But anyway, people enjoy your weekend. You may pack up. Now it's not home time, we're going to our exam venues. Just hang on. This recording will be online, eh?